So I walk into Walgreens today, and it's chaos. It's packed. It's bedlam. Just like any Walgreens or CVS on the Vegas Strip, it's always crazy during the day. And I'm doing a huge run. This is actually my biggest haul ever. I may decide to show you a few things that I bought, but it's my biggest Walgreens haul ever. I have a huge basket of stuff, over $100. And I see the line, and the line is snaking around. It's a long Walgreens line. I'm just like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to be here for an hour. So I muster up the energy and the strength to get in line, and I'm walking to the line. And an associate, a Walgreens employee, walks up to me. She goes, hey, how you doing? I go, doing great. How are you? And she goes, great to see you again. And I go, great to see you again. So she clearly thinks that I'm somebody else. And she goes, hey, come over here and I'll check you out. And she doesn't even work as a cashier. I think she runs like the cosmetics counter. But she's going to check me out and save me an hour. And I'm like, absolutely I will. So I'm like, okay, well, she clearly thinks that she knows me. So I'm going to have to go on the offensive conversationally so she doesn't realize that I'm not who she thinks I am. So I'm talking to her and I'm just like, oh, how's work going? How are you? Et cetera, et cetera. But I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. So I can't go into like any deep details. So she's scanning my stuff, and there's a lot of stuff to scan. And I'm running out of ammunition for conversation, and it finally dies. And she goes, how's your beautiful wife doing? And I go, she's doing great. She's doing wonderful. And I'm like, oh, working, left and front and right, one day at a time. What can we do? And she's like, I hear that. So the conversation finally ends, and like the checkout finally ends. And she's like, I'll see you soon. I go, I'll see you soon. Like upon walking out, I just thought it was kind of funny. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to be in this area for the next week, even a little bit longer, because I'm at MGM and then I'm going over to Luxor. I'm going to go in that Walgreens again. And like, it's going to be really, really interesting what happens like the second time or like the third time she sees me. And what if the person who she thinks I am like walks in an hour before, an hour after, same day? Like, what's that going to be like? I don't know, just really, really interesting. It's going to be funny. So on that note, I do have a very familiar face. I get this all the time. People are always coming up to me and say, oh, you look like this person, or, oh man, you look just like my brother, or, oh man, you look like some guy who I work with. I get this all the time, and I've gotten it all the time, like over the last decade. And it's really good to have a familiar face, because it makes people feel like comfort with you. When there's familiarity, there's comfort, and it kind of puts their guard down. And having a familiar face is very effective, like especially in sales. So it definitely doesn't hurt, and I don't mind it at all. But I like get some weird celebrity like references, and all the celebrities look differently. So I guess beauty, or I guess looks, or I guess just distinction is in the eye of the beholder. Like, here are some of the celebrities that I get or have gotten in the past. So when he was younger, I got Benicio del Toro. I've gotten Blake Shelton. I've gotten Adam Scott, the guy from Step Brothers. And I've gotten Robin Thicke. Those are like four totally different looking people in my opinion. But that's who I've gotten, and that's who I get. So let me know what you think. Do I have a familiar face? And do I look like any of those celebrities or anybody else who I may know? Drop a comment below. So if you really want some insight into my daily life, I'm going to show you a few of the things I got at Walgreens. I'm not going to go over everything. We have more topics to get to, but I do want to show you a few things. Number one, I got 3 of these 1.5 liter Evians. Fun fact, Evian spelled backwards is naive. Did they do that on purpose, do you think? I think they did. I also got 2 of these Vita Coca coconut waters. Need those electrolytes. These are critical. It's always bad news when I walk by the almond section. I got habanero barbecue. And then I got sweet Thai chili. And then I got honey roasted. So yeah, these are some of my favorites. I cannot pass those up. Whenever I walk by the almond section, it's game over. So I do try to limit carbs as much as possible. I'm not carb free, not by any means, but I have tried to lower them considerably. It has helped out in my diet quite a bit. I got these Quest bars, which are great for low carbs. I got chocolate, caramel, pecan, and then I got chocolate peanut butter. I got some fat bombs, these Slim Fast fat bombs. Like, what a world now where actually fats are being encouraged to eat. Like 10 or 20 years ago, that would have been mad science. But yeah, I got these peanut butter cups, and I got like these caramel nut and chocolate clusters. And then these are my absolute favorite protein shakes of all time, these Core Powers. I got a couple strawberries and a couple vanillas. All right, so real quick, I gotta tell you, my Harrahs video, almost didn't happen. Like I was 95% close to killing it. Like I don't know how I rallied to complete that video. It took like sheer energy and strength because my first night there, first of all, I was there for 3 nights. So my first night there, I was coming off the Bellagio, and that Bellagio one took a lot out of me. Just all the dinners and then the drinks, really early mornings and really late nights working. And plus, it is surprisingly a very large property. The Bellagio may not seem like one of the gargantuan Vegas properties, but it's huge. It's a lot to shoot. So I was tired from it. So my first night at Harrahs, I just slept. I just walked in the door, went to my room, and went to bed. Then on my second day and night, you know how that went, I went to the pool, and I was expecting the pool just to be a 45-minute excursion. Just 45 minutes. It's old, it's ugly, it's boring. I'll get a drink, I'll just chill out. There won't be that much to shoot. And obviously you saw the video. I had one of my most epic Vegas pool days ever. That was like a 5-hour, 4-hour Vegas marathon pool day. All those drinks and stuff. So yeah, I never saw that coming. And that pool day put me out for the rest of the day and night. Like I ended up waking up maybe like around 7, and then I was feeling terrible. And I missed my Ruth Chris reservation, and there's no way I could have went to Ruth Chris anyway because I was just so delirious and hungover, to be frank with you. So that was out. So now night number 1 gone, night number 2 gone. The only thing I did over 2 days was go to the pool. And then on my 3rd day, I rallied to do all that stuff. I was able to pull it out. But yeah, in case you're wondering, that Harrahs video almost never happened. So I was in bed thinking last night, what am I doing with my life? Like, what is this? I love travel, and this YouTube thing is definitely growing from where it was over a year ago, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life, ever, and I've had a lot of accomplishments underneath my belt, very humbly speaking, and I've never ever worked harder in my life. And I was thinking, like, is this sustainable? Is this sustainable? Because I know what this last year or two is like. Am I going to be able to do this for another 3, 4, 5, 10? Like, I only want to do bigger and better stuff too. I want to continue to evolve and graduate into better hotels, crazier experiences, better restaurants, foods, go to really cool places around the world. Like, it's only going to get better, which means it's only going to be more demanding. And I'm just like, wow, sometimes after day number 9 or 10 or after a month, like, I'm exhausted. Can I do this for another 5 or 10 years? And I think it's possible, but I think eventually, like, there needs to be help. I think a lot of the best travel channels at least have someone else with them. They have a partner with them, and the partner is just as passionate about travel, just as hardworking, wants to have a successful YouTube channel. And that really helps because when you have 2 people, you can share the workload. That, right now, I'm just doing it all myself, all the editing and whatever else. And it's always great to kind of lean on someone when you're feeling weak or tired or just when you have a large workload. And then also, like, I know the larger travel channels definitely have other people helping them. Like, they actually have a staff, whether it's with video editing or production or a personal assistant or whatever, So right now, I'm doing it all on my own. And it seems a little daunting at times. And that's why when I take a look at, like, wow, am I going to be able to do this for another 5 or 10 years? I think individually it would be tough. But hopefully as the channel continues to grow and hopefully as I become more acclimated and more accustomed to this YouTube's lifestyle, hopefully it'll get easier. But burnout is real, and I've experienced it a few times in my life, both on and off the channel, and I've talked to you about that. And I think that the travel channels, can get more burned out than regular channels. I'm not saying that travel channels are any more stressful or strenuous or hard or anything, but you do have the travel aspect. You aren't sleeping in your comfortable bed, and you really don't have a consistent confine. It's just a little different than, say, making videos in a studio. It's just a different lifestyle. I find it to be more grueling, and I do find it to be more demanding, at least physically. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what is the most long-term successful travel channel? I know Casey Neistat has been around for a long, long time. If you consider him like a travel channel, because he focused mainly on airplanes, at least from the videos that I saw. But I would, I guess, consider him a travel vlogger. So I know that he really did a good job at that. And then who else? Like, who has been around it for like 5 or 10 years? Let me know. But I definitely know that they're out there, and I definitely know that it can be done. But I think that the channels grow, and they eventually have some type of help. So yeah, I was just thinking, like, man, is this sustainable? It could be, but eventually, like, it's got to evolve, I think. All right, so that is it for this video. As always, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about my Harrahs video, my Walgreens run, who I look like. Is this travel lifestyle sustainable long term, or do you think it is susceptible to burnout? Yeah, let me know what you think. I'm going to hit you tomorrow with another video. Day number 10 right now. I'm officially a third of the way through this trip. Feeling okay. I was a little wishy-washy this morning. You ever had those days where you just don't feel on, but also don't feel off? You're just kind of in mental purgatory. That's where I was. But I got the MGM, took a nap, taking it low-key tonight, and I got a big 3 days planned ahead. I'll catch you tomorrow.